Team, happy Monday, let's go. If you've not met before, I'm Katie, helping you navigate the Dubai property market. My job is very, very simple, to save you time, to make you money. Today is no different. We have an incredible lineup of projects coming up in Dubai. It's not just hotting up in the weather-wise, we're also hotting up on projects, developers, new launches, everything going on. Investors, stick with me if you are looking for a high quality product, if you're looking for high rental yields, if you are looking for an incredible quality product that's going to stand the test of time, that's going to support both your capital appreciation goals and your rental yields. Yes, we can have both. This is for my combi boiler Karens who go to me, Katie, I want a bit of everything. I want the high cash flow, but I also want incredible capital appreciation. This is what you're going to get with this project for a few reasons. We've got a real perfect storm. We've got an incredible developer on our hands. We have an incredible location, a perfect product, plus an incredible option to get into something that's off plan without waiting too long. We've got this perfect balance of being in off plan and getting all the benefits associated with it without having to wait 4 years for the project to develop. This is a 2-year build period. They have an incredible track record. This is going to sell out all day, every day, and that's why I want to tell you about it as soon as possible, because if we can get in early, it means we can get access to the best unit in this project, and I don't want you to miss out. So let's dive in. Cove Edition 6 is the 6th series in the Cove Editions with the developer Imtiaz. Imtiaz over in Dubai have an incredible reputation. Slay, slay, slay all day. They have been in the market for over 20 years now. Now, their backstory, they started as a construction team. They were doing all the building and construction for all these big developers over in Dubai. Then in 2014, they said, hey, hang on, let's do this ourselves. And they created Imtiaz Developments, which is their own development line. And they have created a pipeline of incredible projects in Dubai since then. They have been very, very successful in markets like Dubai Islands, in JVC. And now more recently, they are doing a lot in DubaiLand area as well. They have an incredible track record of identifying areas early, getting in and protecting their investors. Their investors have had an incredible ride with Imtiaz. Not only do they get a high quality product, but the numbers that people have got associated with all their projects are phenomenal, and I will dive through those later, because although we can never predict the future, the real live data and the past history, the past track record helps us suggest where this is going to go and where this is going to get to. So Imtiaz, because they have the construction background, that is where they're able to create these high quality products. They are known for delivering on everything that they promise. You have to be so careful all over the world, but especially in Dubai, that these shiny new buildings on the CGIs can look immaculate, they can look perfect, they can look incredible. Then when you actually see the property 4 years down the line, they look nothing like the images that you were promised. Imtiaz never do that. Their CGIs follow right the way through, and that's because everything is in-house. Because they started as a construction, they have the construction team in-house. They have everything in-house, meaning they can deliver on the promises. Not only that, but they deliver on time. They now have a track record of not only delivering on time, delivering projects early, which is genuinely unheard of. Again, as an investor, this is incredible for us, because time is money. If a developer is 6 months late on a project, that hurts us. That's 6 months cash flow from the rental income that we have missed out on. So it's super, super important. Again, Imtiaz tick a lot of boxes. Quality, the team behind it, the vision, the locations they pick, and a real sweetener for the Imtiaz brand, and what they have become very, very well known for is the fact that all their apartments come furnished. Again, a really nice bonus. So Imtiaz ticks a lot of boxes. It's a developer I'm very excited about. Their investors come back to them because they see the product, they see the numbers, they've had a great experience, they want to buy again. That is why their projects sell out. So getting into these projects are competitive. However, it ends up paying off us in the long run. Some previous projects that they have had and that have been a complete sellout have been Cove Edition 1 to 5 5. They've also had Cove Boulevard, Cove Grand. I've had clients buying all those different projects. They have been highly successful. They always sell out on launch day, which is brilliant for us as investors. Although we've got to play the game in terms of the launch process to get units, a sellout project is great for us as investors because suddenly, once the project's sold out, it starts to build our capital appreciation already because no one can go directly to the developer, and it means the owners of the properties can start setting the prices, and that's why we protect our capital appreciation from day one. And I'll dive into the numbers on the capital appreciation side because it can be quite phenomenal. In terms of Cove Edition 6, this new project that they are bringing to market, they are going to be launching this next week. They are accepting EOIs, and the EOI process is the best way for us to get in with the best units with this developer. As I said, it's competitive. However, the competitiveness helps us in the long run because if it's a sold out project, it's going to build that capital appreciation from day one. Now, a few reasons that I like this project. First, let me touch on the location. Cove Edition 6 is sat in this area here, which is in DubaiLand. DubaiLand is a relatively new area of Dubai. The cheapest time to get into any area in Dubai is when it's sand. You're getting in early, and that's where you're getting the capital appreciation benefit from. However, we always look at the fundamentals of any area when we're getting involved to see where this could go, where this is going to take us. The first good sign is that a lot of high-end developers are coming into this area, which helps us show the vision, types of people who are believing in this area. And when you look at the fundamentals of the area, it makes sense. Dubai do a lot of things right. Traffic is one thing they struggle with. So the first thing you can identify about this particular location is it's wrapped around 3 major arteries of Dubai. You've got the E611, you've got the D54, and you have the E66, which takes you right up into downtown Burj Khalifa, which is a toll-free, traffic-free road within 15 to 20 minutes. In terms of the road and accessibility, it ticks a lot of boxes. Not only that, there's also a metro stop that's going to come in here, the DubaiLand metro stop, which is going to then connect you also to the rest of Dubai. In terms of accessibility, traffic and ease, it's already been thought about and it's been strategically placed and located. When we look out a little bit further outside of DubaiLand itself, you're opposite the road from Dubai's Academic City. There's currently 40,000 students already in here. It's where the biggest university in Dubai currently sits. There's more academies, more colleges coming to this area, and it's ever growing, ever expanding. The closest residential area to this is going to be DubaiLand. Not only have you got Academic City, but on the other side of the road, you have Dubai Silicon Oasis. This is on Dubai's 2040 master plan. It's where the government are pumping a lot of money in and being the tech hub of Dubai. There's currently 30,000 registered businesses in there already. And again, all these people need somewhere to live. DubaiLand is going to be one of the closest residential areas to that. So in terms of the location, you've got an Emaar community sat down here. You've got the Dubai Outlet Mall. You're 15 minutes away from downtown and Burj Khalifa. In terms of the location, it's absolutely fantastic, which is one of the main fundamentals of any investment that you get involved with. Now, the project itself is beautiful. Imtiaz have a track record of doing this again and again and again, hit after hit, and this is why investors like it, but not only investors, but also end tenants, helping you as an investor, both on the sales front of you, if you ever look to exit, but also getting a tenant in. Imtiaz create fantastic products, high-end amenities. You can see the infinity pool they all have here, the clubhouses, the work from home spaces, the gyms, everything you need as a resident to live, thrive, and enjoy this space. They don't just try and maximize the amount of apartments they can get. They really create a space that people want to live, which is brilliant for us as investors, because if people want to live there, naturally you're going to be able to reach for the higher rents. Naturally, when it comes to sell, and this is why the capital appreciation on Imtiaz versus other developers is typically higher, is because they create great properties, create great spaces, great amenities where people want to live, and it stands the test of time. In 10 years' time, when you come to exit, it's still high quality, it's still there, people still want to live in it, and it means your asset and money is protected. Not only that, but one of the really unique selling points about Imtiaz's projects is that they come fully furnished. Now, This is an amazing selling point, especially when you're going on to rent it, or if you're looking to do the short-term lets, because it's fully set up for you to do that. Typically when you buy a property in Dubai or anywhere else in the world for that matter, you get white walls, you get nothing but the shell and core. Here, everything you see in this photo is included. There are no white walls, all the wall coverings, the lights, the furniture. The only things that wouldn't be included here are the soft furnishings, so the carpets, the cushions, but everything else you see here, the lights, the cabinets, the chairs, the tables, everything you see is completely included, which you can imagine when this project completes and comes onto the market and you've got renters looking in this area, this unit is going to stand out far, far, far above the white walled units, because this is a beautiful space. They have interior designers making these spaces. The true value for money you get when we compare it to other developers in this particular area outshine them all, and that's why it's not only fantastic value, but it's also going to help protect your asset on the capital appreciation front, plus the rental yields. If you want access to these brochures, if you want the details, use the links around this video and I can get them sent over for you. But when we are talking about capital appreciation and numbers, I think it's worth us diving into that aspect as well of what we can expect to see on that front, because they have an incredible, very, very healthy payment plan, which makes their products very accessible, which is another reason that so many investors love working with them. They are one of the only investors that offer a 50-50 payment plan, allowing you to leverage a lot more cash, allowing you an interest-free loan. Let me break down exactly how that looks, exactly how that works. So we'll start with an entry product. This is a studio apartment. Now the studio apartments start from 679,000 AED. I always put the Great British equivalent in here just for context, because I know I've got a big British audience. So that's about 142,590, roughly approximately today, okay, based on the exchange rate. In order to book one of these properties, you need a 20% deposit and down payment. That is looking at about 28,000 Great British pounds. You also will need your 4% DLD. This is equivalent of your stamp duty. It is on all properties all across Dubai. It's a flat fee, a flat rate. So you're looking about 5,700 there. Then there's a small admin cost as well associated with buying it. This covers your contracts, your legals, the finance team, all that good stuff to support you through the entire process. So that is coming to 35,271 Great British pounds. Basically 168,000 AED you are going to need to put down on this deposit. Now, putting that down, the property is then yours. Then you are popped into a payment plan. So over the construction period, over the next 2 years, you are in a payment plan to make up another 30% of the property value. So here, typically you're paying about 5% every quarter, £7,129, so about £2,500 per month, roughly. They'll send you a link for 5% every single quarter. You get that paid. Now, when it rolls around to completion, handover, when we can pick up the keys, when the property is ours, we've got a further 50% to pay. This 50% is completely mortgageable. 3 months before handover and completion, we put you in touch with a mortgage broker if you want to go down the finance option. They will put a product in place, they will send over the final 50%, and that property is yours. All in all, in terms of the property value that you will put in towards this property is 78,000, but it's spread over 2 years. You'll only need the 35k to get started and then start to split those payments. And the best thing about it is you are putting down 35,000, but you are getting the capital appreciation on the entire property from day one. You are benefiting from the capital appreciation from what's happening in Dubai, what's happening in the market in general, without having to have all that cash down immediately. And this is where the numbers, the ROI really, really wins. Following this example right the way through then, what can we expect to see in terms of rental income? Now, I have put in here a conservative figure. It's how I roll. I'd prefer to under-promise, over-deliver. This is the expected rental income based off an Imtiaz project that has just handed over today. I can show you. Westwood Grand is a great example for us to use as a comparable because it is a brand new building. It's by Imtiaz. Similar concept in terms of product, and it's just handed over, giving us live data for me to show you what's exactly going on in the market. So you can see this is on new contracts in this building, studios that are going for rent. This is live from the DLD data. You can see studios, investors there are getting anything from 55,000 to 84,000 for a studio, and this is AED for the year rental income. Another perk about investing in Dubai, often you will get that rent up front for a year. No tenant problems, no issues, and that cash flow chunk coming in one go. Hello, fantastic. And a lot of investors use that cash to go again. So you can see the live data here of what we can expect to see. In reality, this is going to be a newer project, better facilities, better amenities, and in 2 years' time, typically in Dubai, rents are growing at a rate of 10% per year. So you know here I am being very, very conservative when I'm using the number 60,000 AED, around £12,600. You will have service charge to pay on that. We want to make sure we're looking at net figures so we can see what we're actually walking away with in our pocket. The service charge here is 13 AED per square foot, roughly £1,600 per year. That covers your insurance, your maintenance, the management of the entire building. You are all covered. So net returns, you are looking at a net yield of 7.7%, and this is a very conservative figure. When some of those figures are there, they're going up as high as 84,000. Even if I change that to 70, look what it does to your yield. You're at 9% already, okay? Not only that, your cash flows are really, really important part, but I know the capital appreciation is the other angle of our investment and on our investment journey. So let me show you exactly what's going on. We'll run this example to Westwood Grand. It's a great example for us to use in terms of the comparables. Moving on to the capital appreciation side of things. Again, this is live data from the DLD of sales that are going through, transactions that are going through on this project. So the developers that got into Westwood Grand were buying this off plan 2 years ago. We're now up to the handover and completion. So if I follow this example through and we go to studios, I can start to see the figures that these clients have been looking and trading at. So you can see 2 years ago, the investor in this project with Imtiaz bought a studio for 550,000 AED. Now look at that resale. The resale on that today, that happened on the 14th of May, 780,000. Now remember, this is a 50-50 payment plan. So if they've only put 250,000 AED in here and the property value has gone up to 780,000, they are more than doubling their money in a 2-year period. This is where the ROI, this is where the payment plans really, really benefit investors, because you're only putting 250,000 AED in. You come to handover, you come to completion, you look to sell the unit, they're getting 780, they've only put 250 in. They have an incredible ROI on that one. Let's roll down another, because this won't be its only one. Again, you can see what's happening. The studio was bought for 500k. It's sold more recently, 9th of April, for 750,000. You can see the types of ROIs that people are seeing in a very short period of time. And this is why a lot of my investors like this product. For those people who are trying to balance both in terms of getting a great rental yield and the high capital appreciation, this is a fantastic project, a fantastic option. Don't tell me I didn't warn you. In terms of the launch process on this, as I said, it's competitive, but I can help you navigate it all. That is my job, to help you get the best units with the best developers. If you want any more information on this project, if you are interested in investing in Dubai, if you want any more brochures, floor plans, if you want to get in the queue to take advantage of this opportunity, use the links around this video. That is what I'm here for. That is what I'm here to help with. This launch will be happening very, very soon. So don't hang around. Let's have a chat. Let's have a conversation. Hope you found that helpful, and I will see you on the next one.